Nikki Diaries on Tuesday, the 17th of June 2024.
Hello, honey. How are you?
Guess what?
Not too bad. You set and ready?
I'm being spontaneous. God knows how much.
What time you want me to?
I've been under a lot of stress.
We're supposed to meet up in Victoria.
And I've been wanting to go away. Like anything, a little breakaway or
8 o'clock, we have to get it
go with my cousin back to Jamaica because I haven't been there for like 20 years. And I'm thinking, but I ain't got no one to go with.
So,
I asked Tues, but as per, unfortunately, he just went on it. You know, even before we had got together, he had said,
no.
Let's go to Jamaica. But then he was under the influence, so what he says
I park on everything.
doesn't mean that actually it's going to fulfill.
All night last night parking up.
I'm not putting no negativity on that, just keeping it real, you know. But either way, being as we were now an item,
I threw some quote.
He would have said, let's go out to Jamaica.
Well, I threw a lot of things. I just put everything the boy up just
more so knowing that he's got 2 sons out there. Like, why would you not want to go out? Even if you didn't want to take me or go with me. Even though of course I wouldn't have been impressed.com.
Right?
Actually no, I would have been impressed, so no, I would have had to. It's only right to have invited me. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I have to be present when you see your boys. But then at the same time, if we're meant to be an item, then what should be the issue? But at the same time, it's not for me to tell a parent when it's right for them to introduce their child or children, no matter the age, to a new person in their life, because you don't know.
Until I get a place. I ain't gonna get a place straight away. Right? They're just, the only thing is
maybe
things have to go in storage.
They are the one, or it's still early days, or just not ready, whatever it may be. It's not for me to say
it's not anything of my
we go to Jamaica and I should meet these boys. No, I don't understand if that weren't the case. But I can still go to Jamaica. Like, I could be waiting in the hotel by the pool for you while you go and visit your boys or whatever, you know what I mean? It ain't that deep, mate.
Yeah.
But naturally.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is as it's something that the ex-narcissist used to say about he's extremely jealous. I'll tell you that extremely jealousy is that you obviously, and he wouldn't be the first, have issues with me getting attention. But you make out like it's not a big deal, but I see it, man. And it is what it is, whether you want to deny it or not.
I tell him to cancel my flight.
You know what I mean?
He said no. It's
8 months I was seeing him.
I told him
and I say was because really and truly.
And he told me to carry on.
As much as I would have loved to remain with him,
I felt
you ain't showing me nothing. And don't get me wrong, I feel bad a little bit in saying that because he's been going through a lot this last year, and I've tried to be supportive and there and considerate and you know what I mean, going out my way to go to him rather than having him come to me. Even though he did again have a cheat to say at one point, if I didn't live so far, he would come down. Really? You're taking the pee now,
I was going to, but
you're taking the pee. But yet, 3 times in the last 2 months, you've been to work 10 minutes from where I live, but still you didn't come to see me. You've always had an excuse, but you love me coming to see you. Because you've got that controlling way about you, which he owns.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which he owns.
Yeah.
But he's still a bit in denial.
Yeah.
And then you got the cheek to say, well, I spoilt him. He's used to being spoiled. And I spoilt him by being accommodating by going to his and not stressing him about him coming to me. But that's not good enough.
You're just speaking your opinion.
And now that I'm back to work, you still expect the same movements. Yet you ain't putting in no time to come and see me. The last time he was at mine, I think, was in November.
Yeah.
And then once again, last week Tuesday, he said he was going to come down. Because you're there telling me you miss me. How can you miss me? Please. Do not actions speak louder than words. How can you miss me, but yet you don't want to come and see me? You don't even want to go out and do anything. Why is that? What are you hiding for? What are you... What? Is your jealousy that bad that you know what I mean?
Yes, Monica,
you see attention that one gets now and again. Is it too much for you?
It's only true. He tell me.
What?
I tell him to cancel my
But it's alright to either go to yours or go to the barber shop.
I said, boy,
that's his going out. And don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? If that's his thing, that is his thing. But no, you have to make compromise. You have to make allowances. Like, hello, do I really look like that female that just wants to be going to your yard, get up in your room? By choice, because you know what I mean. He's staying with his brother, and I get all that. But either way, and I don't even care. I enjoy staying at his, which is more reason why I kept accommodating. Because I do enjoy. Look, I enjoy being at his, which is why I've been so accommodating. But no, last week Tuesday again, you said you was gonna come this time.
Yeah, but you know what?
Did you come?
Thing is, I packed everything already.
No, you didn't. And then when I called you, say, are you still coming?
Yes.
You make up excuses that you're working in Wandsworth, so you don't think you can come. I'm sorry, Cute. You may not know it, but obviously he's seen the frosty.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be frosty either, because I'm trying to put the words and God into me and not get so deep in my feelings. And really I've mellowed because maybe... Well, no, if you listen, when I post my
you know what, man? I haven't slept from last
Diaries
night.
2025, you'll hear all I've got to say, all that I had been saying about the relationship from then. And don't get, you know what I mean? For the majority of it is just been me putting in all the work. And I'm sorry, mate. I'm worth self-worth. I know my worth. And I'm not saying we had to go out all the time. He weren't even, and don't get me wrong, I say he has the few, maybe in a total, maybe 4 times, 4, 5 times max. He has made me come down, and he's not gone to work at the weekend. Even in the week times I can understand, all right, go to work, but weekends, you couldn't even give me quality time weekends. But he has been trying to make that change, and he has done it a few times, which has caught me off surprise. But still, no, we must be able to make plans, no? Like, we was meant to do 1 month, last weekend of every month as quality time, going out and doing something. That was meant to have started in April. He flopped again. Like, really? No, I need my partner to be spontaneous, to be affectionate and loving.
At that time in the morning.
And he isn't really, though he's trying. There are a few times that I've seen beautiful ways about him, and I know he has got it, and I understand because of what his upbringing, and the challenge of a relationship with his father. Though he loves his father to bits, and his father loves him to bits, even though he's just one of those people that don't know how to show it. But I know that Tues just wants to be acknowledged by his dad and shown and be told that he loves him. Honestly, it's like,
because I
see that he treasures and rates his dad so much, but still, it's like he's never been seen. That's how I see it anyway, and that's how I take it from how I've seen him talk and react. So I get it, not everyone knows how to love or how to show love. And I've been very understanding with it. Though it's been challenging, for sure. But one thing that I need and want from my partner is quality time. Like, whether that's being lazy and staying in bed all day, ordering takeaway, or going out and doing something fun and then coming back home and chilling. Go on a last minute weekend away. it doesn't have to be all the time. Like, come on now. Like, come on. All you want to be giving me is barbershop. Barbershop is all you want to be giving me. And don't get me wrong, I love going to yours, Fish. I love it. But, and you know what I mean, that's where I learnt to play dominoes.
Yes,
and I love going there. But no, you shouldn't have got involved with me then, mate, if you weren't going to come correct. And like I said, I'm not disputing the loss that he's going through, losing his precious baby boy at just 6 weeks old. You know, it breaks my heart. But I know it was his son that brought us together. I know that for a fact.
Okay, darling.
While at the same time, I'm not getting what I should be, what I need, what I want. Love, affection, quality time, memories. I'm a memorabilia freak. Memories. What real memories have I got of me and him now? The last thing was my birthday, and that was nice. I can't lie, that was nice. He's a little cutie. What should I say? He was my little cutie back then. Beautiful. And then maybe I'm thinking, though I've never ever done that. Anyone I've been involved with, I've never posted pictures of us. Because not every, I know not every man's for that. But then at the same time, I have asked him, could I post? But I was talking about my YouTube, and he was like, I don't mind.
I don't believe they have instinct.
So maybe I'm thinking, maybe he's seen it as,
like me and you.
I'm not, I don't really.
All of them. All of them. If a lion attacks somebody in the bush, you know why? Because the lion has seen a human being kill one of their own.
Any pictures of us? I don't know.
What is as wicked as
but at the same time,
anything that goes there dead, you know that?
I need
but you know the only thing that don't dead? Birds.
I need to put me first.
They have seen it.
And plus, the last time I ended it, I've ended it about 2-3 times.
Cleaning.
Simply because you're not giving me what you know what I mean. You just
because you know what their job is.
You're just disappointing me. I don't want to be disappointed. I can't be disappointed because God doesn't get disappointed in me or you. So why am I getting disappointed in him? No, I'm not. I understand, and all I can say is I forgive him for all of it. I do. But yeah, like I said, the last time that I ended it, which was what 1st of May or 5th of May, because he was wicked and spiteful. Well, they're ramping because I'm there wanting some loving and he didn't want to give me none. And we're ramping. And he kept holding my wrist so I couldn't touch him, though he kept playing with my breast. But you keep telling me you're tired, you want to go to sleep. But you weren't too tired to go to the barbershop, was you?
I got black guys.
Anyway, so he's sat on the edge of the bed and I'm in front of him, standing up, and he's got my wrist. I'm trying to unlock my hand. Can you believe what the wicked and spiteful man went and done? He let go of my wrist, so I fell back onto his chest of drawers, radiator, and TV stand, where I bruised up my arm. Yeah, I got bruising in about 3 different places. 3 different places. Did you come and see if I was alright? Even though he did ring me every day to see if I was alright. But that's not good enough. Because part of me, again, was not trying to think of it on a deepness. That's like abuse right there. You intentionally went out to hurt me because you let me go. Naturally, but you know what I mean? Naturally, you knew I was going to fall back. But then the other side of me is trying to think, no, stop being so harsh, Nikki. Maybe because he was so tired, he didn't mean to do that. But then when I asked you, you said, no, it wasn't an accident that he let go of my wrist, but he didn't realise that I would hurt myself. So is that good or is that bad? I don't know. But either way, so that was the last time I ended it. So what, just over a month ago. But yes, I've still been going and staying with him. And yes, we've slept together once since then, but... And then let's not forget your unseemly behaviours. unseemly behaviours. And what do I mean by that? When he's under the rubbish, you just want to be dancing up unseemly with your friend. I told you the first time I saw you do that I don't want to be seeing any foolishness like that. And that means whether it's in front of me or behind me. But part of me knew it wasn't going to be the case, because you can't help yourself. When you're under the rummage, you have your poor boundaries. And to a degree, I get it, because I do love seeing them dance up together. I can't lie, it's cheeky, and maybe it's a bit of a turn on, but it's not the point. It's about respect. About respect. You should not be getting up close or dancing up close with no one other than me. Because if you was going out, I wouldn't. No. So why are you going to be with me and think you can still do that? No. So that was an added cross or red flag in the last month that I thought, no, I've had to be going over in my head, no, Nikki. You don't entertain foolishness like that. As much as I do love him and I'll wish for us to work out, but unless I see dramatic change and you stop and you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Put me first. I don't mean first above your kids, because they're your children and your relationship with them is separate from me. But you know what I mean? You don't always have to run to work, especially at the weekend. I'm not asking you to be with me every weekend, every other weekend, or even once a month. That's how accommodating I am, because I know he does love to work, and I'm not trying to stop anyone from making their money. But at least one weekend a month or one Saturday a month. You know what I mean? But you ain't doing that. You ain't doing that.
Congrats.
And then it annoys me and triggers me when you want to be doing so much self-praise about you are a thoughtful person and considerate. Well, I don't know who's telling him that. Those that are trying to feed his ego and tell him what he wants to be hearing. But that's not what I see. I see you can be very selfish, all about yourself. And not considerate. And I know he can change to better, because you know what I mean, I've seen little changes of certain things, but like I said, the little changes, like the odd few times that he has not gone to work. But then at the same time, yeah, even then, all we do is go around Catford. Yes, Catford. My old ends, SE6. As far as the food shops down the road and the barber shop. That's all you want to do. Oh, so cute. I'm not, I'm bored. I'm bored now, and like I said, I know my worth. And you know, as I've said to you, I asked you, let's try for a baby, July. But why would I? Even though I know he's, you know what I mean, he's got 4 behind him. No, 5, sorry. One's not here. Precious baby boy. So he's got 5. But if I'm keeping it real, if my man can't even make time for me, though you tell me that you miss me or tell me that you love me when he's under the influence. But do you agree when a person's under the influence, that's when they speak the truth or not? Because I'm sure in the Bible it says like something, you know, well, God says smoking and all that is not good, so I don't think you can be talking your truth, really, can you, when under the influence, because you're under the influence. So that means the times that he said to me that he loves me, he's lying. That's a fact. That's a fact of the matter, isn't it? in all honesty, like Nikki, the man ain't really giving you the time you deserve. Because, as he said, I've spoiled him by always going to his. And I'm not trying to cut off my nose to spite my face, because I do love going there. At the same time, it's triggering. And I'll keep going back to my ends, my old ends that I left, like, in 2011. And don't get me wrong, I was considering moving back there, but now it's just like, no, Nikki, no. Going backwards is just no. And maybe I would have considered it had he asked, even though he did ask me if I would move back to the end or back to south, and I said yeah. I think I said something cheeky like, for you, kids, like, i.e., let's rent somewhere, but no. But that's right, because, you know what I mean, I ain't begging no one, and I definitely ain't got time to be with no one that is all talking, no action, and really, I'd say you're showing that really there has been no interest. And part of me is trying to say, do not call him a narcissist, no. Because he is my IG, my cutie, and the prophet, but doesn't know it. But at the same time, no. And look at that, I wasn't even meant to be speaking on this topic. I was recording this Nikki Diaries to say that, yeah, I need a little getaway. Before I have to move out the house next month, and having just started this apprenticeship, I'm sure they will understand that my just last minute quick go away, just, yeah, a week is good enough, because for me, going somewhere for the first time, it's always good to go for a week first, you know, and a week is more than enough, because again, like I said, I've got my apprenticeship, plus I start my first day college next week Wednesday, so I have to be back by next week Tuesday if I go. Not if I go, I really want to go, because my lovely friend, which I met through my other friend, has invited me to go out to Grenada with him. And I was meant to go Grenada before with a friend, but it didn't happen. But like, hello, for me, there's nothing more greater. I'm going with someone who is from there, who's a gentleman, so I know I'm in safe hands, who will show me Grenada and more that, you know what I mean, tourists wouldn't see, you know. And like, hello, I've got a little money to now that I'm back working, to pay for a ticket. Like, spontaneous, mate. Sometimes you have to be like that, and I'm in need, and God is great. God says, yes, Nikki. Plus, I forgot the added beautiful thing is about going with him is because he is a yummy daddy of a great amount of children. God has blessed him beautifully. All I can say, he's got over 20 odd kids. And I think that is a fabulous thing. You know what I mean? Does he know them all? Yes, he does. Are they present in his life? Yes, they are. Like, how many of you men can say that? You got one or two and you can't even be in their damn life. You know what I mean? Like, hello. And I can relate. But, you know what I mean? And to add to that greatness, God has blessed him with twins. His last children that he's just had, twins. Like, hello. That's just gorgeous, mate. Gorgeous. And I haven't seen him in about, when did I see him? I think I saw him about this time last year. So it's been a year that I ain't seen him, and I've just seen him today, and he's flying out tomorrow. And he said, yeah, Nikki, come out. And at first I'm like, no, like, hello. Why would you take your friend out to Grenada? Hello, so you can see the twins, and so I can show you my country. Exactly. Like, it ain't that deep, mate. We're friends. There's nothing more than that. And I know that I have a few selection, less than a handful of great mature men in my life that, you know what I mean, are damn good men. So hello, why would I turn down going on a holiday with someone who's going back to their own home? And I know I will have a fabulous time. Meet new people. Who knows? Maybe my future husband is out there.
Touch it.
Sorry, cute, because you ain't serious. I really, unless I saw change.
I'm telling you.
Considering marrying, even though, you know what I mean, again, I've got given ratings. He was married for 16 years, 4 kids. So, definitely. How many black men can you say that about that too? So I'll give him ratings for that. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, he is he does have a beautiful heart. And I was going to say damaged goods, but no, he's healing. He's got a lot of healing going on. And like I said, for someone that didn't grow up around being told that I love you from parents. It's going to be a challenging one for you to be able to show that to others. That I know. Because I can again relate. You know, I hold my cards very close to my chest. But when I do let you in, and don't get me wrong, I know I'm not easy. The kids would agree with that. And I know. But when it comes to being considerate, loving, patient, empathetic, though yes, I can come across cold and no filter, but I know I am a good person. And for anyone that don't think that I am because I've told you the truth, that's your business. But God knows that I've meant it from a genuine place and not trying to be bad mind or wicked. You know what I mean? That's your business. And having just experienced a scenario that I wish to God I was never put in, and I do blame myself a bit, but it was one of those ones where no matter what I'd done, I can't stop what the person's gonna do. You know what I mean? And I'll leave it at that. But to see how they reacted, all I can say that is Satan, mate. Because there was nothing that I said after reflecting that was negative, that was, you know what I mean, trying to beat you down or anything. But that's how you decided to take it, because it's me. Because deep down you've always had an issue with me from school days. And I get it. That's not on me, that's on you. And all I can do is show you and send you love. Because there ain't no hate over here. No, you're full of it. Pure venom. That's why after a while I couldn't even bother to listen to the voice messages that she left me. Because it's just, from you can't even have a debate or express yourself without effing and blinding and all that just off-key chat, cussing. It just took me right back to school. It's like, you ain't changed, mate. I'm just a trigger for you. I'm a trigger. Just because I'm just me. I'm a trigger. But I can't help that. But like I said, nothing but love for you and the baby girl. I've been able to be literally by myself for the last 13 years without that family network that I once knew on my mum's side. Can't no one dampen or hurt me, because I've experienced that with my family. You know what I mean? And I've come through it. I was still struggling to let go of a few things, but I've come through it. And God has always been there. As has my cousin B.
So I came to his
thanks for her. I need to see this as a new chapter, which it is, whether I like it or not. Me moving is a new chapter. I don't know where I'm going. Like my friend A, I said I could stay on his sofa for a while if I need to. So I give thanks to that. Yeah, I just need to see it as a new chapter, positive.
So I came to the front.
And hello, if anything.
By the entrance, you know the store.
I was on my Bible study journey, which I hope to God I will start again, but for 5 months.
A glass of orange juice. The guy said,
I felt like I wasn't learning really much or taking anything away. God knows that I did take a lot away, and I'm trying to be more like God. I'm trying to
different people.
Not get so much into my emotions and to and to be quiet and think before I speak. That's challenging the filter, but you know, I don't always need to say what I think. I don't. And the more and more I read in the Bible and all my notes and all that I was taught on that fabulous Bible journey of 5 months.
You see, Victor?
I'll give thanks. Mate.
Maurice is active.
And they saw me.
Victor, you know?
Yeah, even when I think that they, you know what I mean? Mimi, she saw me through my words. She saw me break down crying because I was so affected by the scenario I was put in. And
Victor is your brother.
Feeling like I weren't worthy of God blessing me to have a child. Because of that incident. It was deep, mate, it was deep. And only God knows if He will bless me with my twins, which I've always believed I will have. Amen. By God's grace, I receive. I just don't know who.
If Maurice is here, exactly what I'm saying.
That one will be my soulmate, my future husband. Because I want to I don't want to be my girlfriend anymore. And it's crazy how you change because in my younger years, getting married weren't.
So when they check everything, Victoria,
it weren't a must for me. I weren't able to see the bigger picture. Because I didn't know the words, I didn't know nothing about the Bible. And that is what God created us, man and woman, to be one, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend for a while, but the long term, whoever you get involved with, that is what you should be looking at. Forget the, well no actually no, I'll take that back. Don't forget the fun and games. Yeah, you have to enjoy a little piece. But, because I do believe,
there's the last word he said to me.
Because us females, we are more loyal than the man. There's not 1,000,000,000%. Because I believe for a fact those women that have just only ever been with their husband, the husband would have,
a word, you know, I used to put it.
I'm just keeping it real, been unseemly. Whether it was unseemly, feeling up an ex-woman or slept with another woman.
Oh, that's a long time.
More so, I would say, if they were both virgins. Am I wrong in thinking that? That's not what I'd like to think, because that's not how I'd like it to be, because again in the Bible, God does not agree with that there, mate. You're meant to be faithful.
If this is outside,
so I apologise if I offended anyone. That's just that is the negative side coming out. I always put the worst first before the good. That's something that I need to work on. But at the same time, keeping it real. I'd like to think now there are married couples out there that have only ever slept with each other and no one else. Or if one of them had slept with others since being married, they haven't. Because that's what it's about, you know. Whereas with the cutie, I honestly can't trust you and your unseemly behaviour when under the rummage. So that could only even
if you fuck it, the water
be considered if you was not if you stopped drinking the rummage. Something that you weren't doing prior to the last 8-9 years, which is what you've said out of your own mouth. You have said people have told you you've changed, and then you preach on because it's the company, the bad company, or the company you
think it's too much water?
You associate with. What is it? Your company breeds contempt or whatever that saying is. but you're not wanting to make change. You know, you say
you gotta put chickpeas inside.
One of your friends really looks up to you, so why not help her and help yourself by stopping drinking the rummage? If you're gonna meet up, be strong and don't be drinking the rummage.
No, you get the white shelf.
Tell her no, you don't want no rummage. You come and chat, you can meet up. But no more. You know what I mean? The same way how you said you used to smoke and you stopped.
Okay.
But the rummage and the unseemly behaviour is more important.
In the sieve or anything,
and I'm not knocking
all
him
the
for
starch
that.
come out.
The proof is in the pudding.
Then you use the fork back and just fuck and
no regrets for the time that we were an item. Even though it was all me putting in the work, but it's fine. No regrets for it. No regrets whatsoever. Like I said, I still love you. Definite. Still want to be with him. Definite. But what I want and what I need is two different things. It's not what I need as a partner, no. Just remain as friends. Because then there is no expectations.
Look in the middle shelf.
Well, there can't be because I know how he is.
Yeah.
You know? But definitely he is different when he isn't under the rummage.
The bottom shelf.
He's more reserved. He's he definitely drinks
push
to block
the top
out
bottle in front.
Some of his triggers or some of his hurt. Definitely, that's, you know what I mean.
No, I don't coconut oil.
And I like how he is
oil.
when he is under rummage as well, because he's more.
No oil. You should make
he's
oil.
More. Yeah, he's. I suppose playing up to being that fun guy who doesn't show he's ever down. You know what I mean? He's very good at hiding how he's feeling. And as he says, people always say that he's always, you know what I mean, so full of life and whatnot. And that is the energy he gives off. But I see through that. And like I said, the drinking compensates for that. Even more so, you know what I mean, these kids don't know he drinks. So again, you're living a double life. But then at the same time, as he said to me, what did I say to him? I said, that's a lie, he said to me. And he said, well, it can't be a lie to them because they don't know me like that. So that's true, but I mean, it's a lie to those that do know that you do drink. So you are still living these two different lives. Is that a sort of person I want to be with? No. Because I'm sure if your kids saw you carry on with your unseemly behaviour, they wouldn't be impressed. And again, that annoys me as well, because the fact that you are a father of two girls in their early 20s and you're carrying on like that, it's tasteless, you know. There's having fun and there's, you know what I mean, but yeah, and I suppose it makes it worse. Well, it doesn't make it worse, because hello, you can have friends that you're still friends with, even if they were friends with benefits or fuck buddies at one point. But you still have to set boundaries. Poor boundaries, no, I don't do poor boundaries, mate. No. And I suppose it's challenging as well, because I've never experienced anything like this before. You know, and yeah, he's blessed to have two good friends that adore him and love him off, definitely. But at the same time, I get it, which I only recently found out that they were once an item for years. So as I said to Tues, you're like the icing on the cake. Like, hello, of course they're both gonna love you off, because you're like piggy in the middle, and he loves that. He loves being piggy in the middle. You know, both of them craving his attention, and it is like a little boy thing. But he does have that little boy way about him, which is adorable. But then it can be a little annoying. But would I change him? No, other than the unseemliness and the not giving quality time and wanting to do anything. and not even, those are the two main things. But yeah, but anyway, I haven't spoken to him today. Spoke to him yesterday, but I didn't stay on the phone too long because again he started doing the self-praising with the he is a thoughtful and considerate person. It's like, really, you're just talking diarrhea. Sorry, you're talking diarrhea, babe. Like, no. How you act with your friends and how you act with those that are involved with you is two different things. So I'd love to know if any of his past relationships can relate to anything I'm saying in regards to how he is. But yeah,
which one of them?
It's not throwing shade, it's just saying how it is, speaking my truth.
Take all the bits and pound it.
But yeah,
squeeze it to the seed.
No one, you can't say I ain't tried.
I don't know that one.
I will ask the man,
you have to
can we try
like,
for
like Kalaloo. But it tastes so bitter.
Because hello, I'm not just getting with anyone for the sake of getting with anyone. You should be, you know what I mean?
No, bitter. It's called
Lucky.
But it's called bitter leaf.
I've entertained you. Given over, we tried to have a relationship.
So, well,
even though, again, something that he said to me in the past, that he's felt like he's cutting above his weight with me. So with that then, wouldn't you be trying more? Or is it that you feel that is the case, but instead you'd rather
like some factories
treat me like rubbish, or not show me, or want to do anything, or maybe you're trying to test me to see how far you can push me.
When you keep it,
it's long.
Because it's been together.
I've got twins to be making, by God's grace, if God says yes, and I need to find my future husband. Like now, I'm 44, and even though I'm not putting the age on it, but it's just like, hello, I know God will bless me when I'm ready, when He's ready. But I want to find my future husband now, so we can enjoy some life first before thinking about trying for a baby. So I'm not, you know what I mean? So going back to the main reason why I'm recording this, I'm going to Grenada for a week, and then I will have all my content from the holiday. So I'm going to do 1 or 2 little posts, but my full content and whatnot will be. No, actually, I think I'll be going live. I'll go live on TikTok, maybe some YouTube lives, but I may not share them until when I get back.
I know how I've done it.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm going to Grenada for a week. I'll start my first day release at college next Wednesday, so I'll have to be back by Tuesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So 6 days. I need to try and find a flight to go, and then I'm going to go home and pack. That's what I'm going to do. Why should I refuse to go on a quick little holiday? Well, at least expected. And I go and meet his twins. His missus and his twins. I just hope she's okay with me coming over. Or actually, I'm making sure he calls to make sure. I'm not trying to upset anyone. But it's strictly platonic. There's nothing. You know what I mean? I'm honoured and in awe of him at the fact of how many children he's got, how many grandchildren he's got, how many great-grandchildren he's got.
It's another one,
and he's a beautiful gentleman, you know what I mean? Always show nothing but love in a respectful way. And just, he's beautiful. Like, I'm going to go out there and meet his youngest. Twins. Like, hello, how much clearer can that be? God saying, go and meet your friend's twins. What I will bless you with sometime soon. You know? I receive, God, please. Send me my unvaccinated soulmate. Send me my soulmate, my future husband, and bless us with twins within the next year. Like I said, my future husband could be out in Grenada. Anything is possible, mate. Anything is possible, and I'm not here to be by myself. No, I want to find my husband. I thought I'd found him. possibly. Because have I really thought about marrying Tues? A little bit. Again, twice he had said in the early stages, let's get married. Really? Though he does have 16 years behind him, but like I said to him, you're living your second life, whereas I'm still in my first life. Meaning, it's his second life. He's been there, done that, married, kids. He can repeat it all again. Whereas I ain't been blessed with none of that yet. Yet. So I think he just wants, the bachelor life is what he needs to remain in. And then when he's really ready, by God's grace, he will get that happiness again. And maybe it's not our time now. And I'm not just about to run out there and get involved with the next person. No. It's a process. It still has to be right, mate. And the fact that I never ever saw Tues in that way. So we've known each other since 2019 when we first ever spoke on the phone. But I never once looked at him as anything more than a friend. So the fact that we got together like we did, like I said, I believe it's due to the passing of his baby boy that just brought us together. Yeah, it's been a lot of unexpecteds, a lot of firsts, and again, no regrets. So maybe in the near future, we're meant to be together. And if not, friends, we will always remain, as I've always said. But yeah, I'm flying out to Grenada. Like I said, I spoke to him yesterday. I'm not spoken to him today, though he could call. And even all those things, the morning call stopped when I started work. You say you're thinking about me, but hello, did I tell you not to call me? What? It's like, what? Are you happy that I returned back to work?
Just like I did the for months.
Maybe because of something that I mentioned in my book, you might have him feeling a bit unsure. Anything is possible. But, and yes, he has asked the odd once or twice how's work, but you ain't really interested. That's how it comes across to me anyway. Anyway, I don't know when I will be going back to South, but when I do, I know I left my nightie there and my stuff because the last time I was there, it was nice. Slept together though, I weren't looking to sleep with him, but I did. No regrets. And I had to go and assist somewhere on that Saturday. And I called him back in that evening, asking if I can come back for some loving. And that's nothing, fighting for loving. Like, really? But again, is that controlling thing, or is that you being difficult because I don't give you head? Well, I do play with his balls, which he loves. Yes. You giving me the odd one session of loving, like either early hours in the morning or in the morning. And why should that be enough, please? And I'm not asking all the time, but I shouldn't have to feel like I'm begging. No, because I'm not begging. I shouldn't have to feel like I'm like it's some joke business. No. Honestly, I think I've entertained too much foolishness. Too much. But no regrets. And like I said, maybe we'll get back together. But I think remaining as friends is the best bet. Because your rummage, which brings on your unseemly behaviour, is more important. And though you say it's not all the time, it shouldn't be no time. And the fact that I witnessed it for a second time, and that your friend said, well, Nikki said you two ain't together, so that makes it okay. No, both of you are in the wrong, both of you. But I love them both, you know. And I do like seeing them dance up together. But it's not the point. When you're together with someone, None of that foolishness is meant to go on. Friends or no friends, no. So you show me that you can't be trusted, which is fine. This wasn't meant to be. We just meant to stay as friends, and I get it. But like I said, no regrets. But I'm going to Grenada. I need to look and see if I find tickets. And have that double confirmation from God saying, yes, Nikki, you should go. If I find a good price ticket, I'm meant to be going. And I'll be flying off tomorrow morning. So I've got a lot to sort out. So anyway, I'm going to go and let us see if my next Nikki Diaries is me sat on a plane. I'm excited. I need a great holiday. Thank you, God. Thank you, Billy. Let me go to see the baby twins. Boy and a girl. What God bless me. One day. Alright, so I'm going to go and find a flight now.
Okay,
so yeah, watch this, man.
Thank you for watching, for the love and support. And if you haven't already, subscribe.